Bassheads, what's good? By the end of this video, you are going to know how to play Dance Floor on synth bass by Roger and Zapp, but you're also going to see the key ingredients that this bass line is made of and get some ideas for how you can use this information to create your own bass lines, whether that be on synth bass or electric bass. All right, let's get into it. Before we even get started, I need to say that one of the best ways for you to learn how to do anything, whether it be synth bass, electric bass, whatever, is to deconstruct things that you already know and love. Too many of us are going out here trying to learn how to, play an instrument, and we go straight to weird stuff, weird stuff. A good way to get this thing under your fingers is to start picking out simple bass parts from songs that you already know and love and that have paved the way for just about everything that's out there right now. Before we get into the bass line, I'm going to show you the main ingredients. So this tune is in D minor. Anytime you hear minor or natural minor, you're talking about the 6th scale degree of a major scale. D is the 6th mode in the key of F major. So here's D. I'm going to always point back to that kind of stuff, because when you know that, you know what playground you're working in, and you know what tools you grab, what notes you can grab that ain't going to sound bad. Here's F major. Now, some keyboard player is going to be like, oh man, that fingering was bad. And it might have been, but if I end up on D, it sounds like D minor. If I end up on F, it sounds like F major. Sounds like F major. If I start on D and I end up on D, it sounds like D minor. All right? So natural minor. That's the ingredients. Now let me show you the D minor arpeggio. D, F, A. Okay. We can also look at D minor pentatonic. Those notes are going to be important. And this also the D minor 7 arpeggio. All right. Those are the notes. Now let's listen to the groove. We're going to listen to the groove and the bass line alone. Okay, let's do that much. So if you listen to the drums, 1, 2, 3, 4. We always hear this about locking in with the drums, but that doesn't mean that we have to play the exact pattern that the drum is playing. So here's that groove. Let's call that the skeleton of the groove, or the framework. And this is cool also because this is another tune that's got white keys, right? If you take it one step at a time. If you're not a keyboard player, I'm not a keyboard player, this can be visually overwhelming. And then we add a little bit of movement with that mod wheel. Think about that in the same way that you think about your hammer-ons on your bass, right? From F to G. So before we move on into the B section, let's just look at some of these ingredients and pretend we were going to create a bass line from scratch. We'll take the general idea of this bass line, but then so you see, we're taking the ingredients from that bass line and then creating an original bass line out of it. Everything is derivative. So it's not like you're like stealing that bass line. Now, the notes I used, again, are all from that D minor scale, also using the minor third, the fourth, and the fifth. Right? You'll hear that in a lot of funk bass lines. Now, for the B section in the original tune, we go B flat, F, and G. And then to a G minor triad. Back to what we played before, B flat, F, and G. And then back into the groove. Okay? But notice all of those notes are there's a B flat major triad, but we played, right? We just played an inversion, but all of those notes are in that scale. Okay? So that's that's the meat and potatoes of that bass line. But what I want you to get out of that is not just how to play that bass line, but how to create your own bass lines out of it by seeing what it's made of. The way that one way that you can think about this is in the same way that, you know, you have those cooking shows, like, those challenge shows, I don't know, or Project Runway or something like that. Does anybody even still watch that? So everybody gets a set of ingredients, right? Our ingredients are D minor, which is related to F major. And then everybody goes, you go off, and create something out of these ingredients. So let's try that right now. And I'm going to start by sticking closer to the kick. 1, 2, and 3, 4. All right? Now I'm gonna take something and move from I'm gonna like use the root and the flat 7, which in this case will be C, to be the sort of skeleton or framework of the groove. So you see what I'm doing is I'm taking those two notes and making them the framework. 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, right with the kick, and then adding that minor third and the fourth. Use the pitch bend a little bit for some more color. You've heard these lines before. So take these ideas, put them into practice, play around with them, and then what I challenge you to do is, if you come up with a simple line, and then can you play that on both electric bass and synth bass? And how do the physics and the technology kind of inspire you to do different things? That's what I want to know. So leave those things in the comments below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.